Hello and welcome to the Inspiring Inkin YouTube channel and the Inspiring Inkin Facebook page. I'm Amanda Fowler and it's Tuesday the 14th of March. Happy Tuesday. I hope you are keeping well wherever you are in the world. If you're watching live, please do a light and sound check for me. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for taking the time out of your day to do that. If you've not seen Craft and Chat before, we chat for 20 minutes or so, and then I get on with some crafting. So if you are watching the replay, you can hang around for the chat or you can fast forward straight to the crafting. I hope you are doing well. All tickety-boo here. Actually, the sky is blue and the sun is shining today. We've had days and days and days of grey clouds and rain, or defrosted snow, as I would like to call it. Yeah, everyone was getting snow in the UK, but not us. Not us. No snow. So, so we've just had all the rain. Good afternoon, Lorraine. Apparently it's bright and blustery in Poole. Yeah, I don't know whether it's blustery outside, but certainly bright and cheery. Good afternoon, Michelle. Good afternoon, Scylla. Happy birthday, Michelle. Happy birthday. So here's my question of the day. Curious people want to know, what did you eat for lunch? So, as I was sat eating my lunch, which I'll tell you about in a moment, I realized that it's something I haven't eaten in, I don't know, months. And it was delicious. And it was just kind of a random thing. Or why do I not eat this more often? It was not an a la carte dinner. It was a cheese and raw onion cob. Now, for my anywhere else in the world people, or even in quite a lot of the UK, a cob is a bread roll. So we call it all sorts here in the UK. It's a cob, it's a bap, it's a roll. So there's your other question. So what did you have for lunch? And what do you call a bread roll? We talk about random things here, but goodness me, it was delicious. So there we go. So let's have a look. Ali's here from sunny Bristol. And Kathy Jean's here. Good morning. Snowy Peace River, Alberta. Paul's here. He's in sunny Italy. Oh, you know, I could have had a really delicious coffee to go with my cheese and onion cob. That would, yeah. I do. I mean, yeah, I love coffee. I love Italian coffee, particularly. We have Italian coffee here, but it's not the same as having Italian coffee in Italy. Donna, hello. Good morning. Oz is in the house. Mum's here. Hello, Pauline. Did you have a nice time at your craft group this morning? Did you get some stitching done? Margaret is here. Sunny in Oxfordshire. Honestly, Chris and Angela in sunny Newbury. Hello. They had jacket potato with cheese. That's delicious too. It's very selfish of me really asking what you're eating for lunch, because I just want to make a list so I can have some different things. Hello, Valerie. It's sunny and slightly cooler in Florida. Jean, no. So Jean's up in Scotland. She's got hailstone storms and now heavy-duty snow and a freezing temperature drop. You stay safe and warm, Jean. Brr. Get the fire on. Get your blankets out. Stay warm. So come on, everyone else. What did you eat for lunch? Do you know? And I don't mind. Just tell me whatever you had, or tell me your favourite lunch. Any of the above. Yeah. So raw onion. It's a good job it's not smelly vision, isn't it? Because you'd all be fainting with me having eaten onion. I've just knocked all my glue all over the floor. Bear with me a second while I just pick it up. As otherwise, when I come to make the cards in a little while, they'll be, it'll all be a mess. Right. Well, sorry, did you hear all the grunting and groaning? It's a long way down on the floor when your hip's dodgy. But look, you see all my glue was all over the floor. I do have to warn you, if the doorbell rings, I will have to run away. I'm expecting the UPS man. I took my own advice and ordered re-inkers. So I have every colour of ink pad, and I have a re-inker for every colour of ink pad. So yes, I have more than 50 ink pads because I have multiples of some colours, because when I teach classes, then, sometimes I need multiples. But I have a re-inker for every colour. But I realised when you look at the re-inkers, it's not that easy to tell how full they are. So I spent a few minutes shaking them to see which ones were full. And for some re-inkers, for some ink pads, I've got like 2 re-inkers anyway. But for the ones that I had only like half a re-inker or less, then I've ordered another one. So I've got a delivery of re-inkers and envelopes coming. There was almost a crisis happening because I was down to 2 packs of envelopes. That was white envelopes. I had plenty of vanilla, but no white, or only 2 packs of white. So yeah, I've got a few of those coming as well. I'm not going to tell you how many because it's a lot. So let's see. Jan is here. It's sunny in Buckinghamshire. Oh, Lorraine, she had chicken soup. Oh, I love chicken soup. Margaret had soup with toast. Donna's fixed the sound. She's gone out and come back in again. Oh, soup and a sandwich, says Valerie, because obviously it's not lunchtime there. So what? Yeah, but what soup? This is what I want to know. What soup? I make a bean soup that starts out with bacon and onions and has lots of veggies and lots of tins of beans. That's really yummy. And I make a 2-pea soup. That sounds weird, doesn't it? But it's split yellow peas and chorizo and garden peas. And it's amazing. I also make chicken soup and tomato soup, but I haven't made any chicken soup for ages. So that is definitely going on the list. Thank you, Lorraine. Chris, what a top tip. Chris says, weigh an empty re-inker. I'm guessing, and weigh a full one. Weigh an empty one and a full one, and then you'll know kind of where you are. I just shook it. Excuse me. Working on the principle that the more it shook, the less was in there. But actually, really interestingly, Some of them were thicker than others. So I wonder whether that's to do with the colour and the dyes. Don't know. I'm sure somebody with sciencey background will know. Right, let me have a slurp of my tea. Hard-boiled egg and salad and bread, says Jan. Yeah. I often have hard-boiled eggs for breakfast, actually. So, yeah, love a hard-boiled egg. Jean, I love your lunch. She's had 2 packets of crisps and a glass of lemonade for her lunch. Excellent. I like your style, Jean. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Right, what else do I have to tell you? So for those of you that have just arrived, I'm trying to find out what you had for lunch. Because I had a cheese and onion cob. And that was the other thing. Yeah, what do you call a bread roll? So not like a slice of bread, but yeah, a bread. I'm making the shape. A small round piece of bread. Cob, bap, roll. Don't know. Tell me what you call it. That would be really good. What else do I have to tell you? Oh, so for those of you that have Netflix and like a bit of Idris Elba, the new Luther movie is out. And you don't need to have watched the Luther series on BBC, although, you know, it's really good if you like the kind of police drama. But the movie was really good. We watched it at the weekend. That was really cool. Oh, Valerie's saying that she's a soup fiend. So currently in the freezer is a slightly spicy Caribbean chicken soup. That sounds amazing. Jean calls it a roll. Donna calls it a roll. Ah, that's interesting. So Ali's saying soft is a roll and crispy is a cob. Interesting. Interesting. I'm just trying to think how they're sold in the shop. What did I ask for? I don't know. Wasn't crispy or crunchy. It was, I don't know. Oh, that's really, I have no idea. Okay, we'll keep them coming in. A sub. Yeah, Lorraine's saying depends on the size and what sort of bread. Yeah, you see, but so I call them cobs. I call them all cobs. Whether they're brown bread or wholemeal or granary or crispy or crunchy or big or small or whatever they are, I call them cob. But Lorraine said a sub. Yeah, because you can have the long ones. I don't know. Oh, that's really annoying me now. Crusty. Crust. Crusty cob. So you have soft cobs and crusty cobs and granary cobs and wholemeal cobs. Oh dear. Oh. So Mum is saying barm cakes in Yorkshire and a muffin in Manchester. So it depends where you live. It's like geographical differences here. So and snap. That's exactly what Chris has said as well. Yeah, many regional variations of names as well as many types of roll. Hi, Maureen. Hope you're doing okay. And Lorraine said, is it also regional? Yay! Yeah, it is. Isn't it interesting? Interesting. So, Maureen, we're talking about what we've eaten for lunch today and what do you call a bread roll? Do you call it a cob or a bap? Or what do you call it? So there we go. Awesome. Okay. So what do I have to talk to you about today? Not a lot, actually. In the world of Stampin' Up, we are just rolling. Everything's kind of tickety-boo and moving forwards. So there have been a few parcels that have got a bit delayed in the past week or so. I am tracking them and keeping an eye on them. Orders coming through more recently, like in the last 2 or 3 days, are all moving perfectly well. So I think there was some kind of, I don't know, glitch, or customs were having a tough day. Not sure exactly what. But coupled with the snow, it meant that a few things were delayed, but most things are on their way and moving now. So I've been in touch with anyone that I know has been affected, and hopefully everything has arrived as and where it should. I'm still seeing orders for re-inkers coming in, which is making me smile. And you can give yourself a gold star if you have placed your order for re-inkers, because I'm very proud of you. Oh no, I'm boring myself. Keep going on about it. I just hate getting the sad emails. Amanda, you don't suppose you've got, I don't know. So all the colours that disappear and then people are sad because they've gone. But you never know. Some of them might come back. So we'll see. But other than that, we've got the mini catalogue. Mini catalogues running. All is well. Annual catalogue is running. All is well. Demonstrators get to see the new catalogue in 2 weeks' time, 29th of March. And expect an email from me then, because at that point, I'll know more about colours. I'll also know about the last chance list. Now, the last chance list isn't going live until the 4th of April. So what I'll do is I'll just take the time to condense it so it makes sense, because when Stampin' Up send us the list, it's on an Excel spreadsheet and it's got all kinds of columns that you actually don't need, all kinds of information you don't need. So it takes me a little bit of time, but I make it so it's easier to read, and the numbers, the font's bigger, because who wants to read 8-point font or 10-point font? You need a magnifying glass. Don't want to do that. So I'll get all of that sorted so you can be ready with your orders on the 4th of April. So that's all good. So okay, Janet's here. Hi, Janet. She's been to the dentist. She had lasagna for lunch. I'm jealous now. Seriously jealous, Janet. That's delicious. Right. So Donna's saying bread rolls here. So she's in Australia. Can be soft or crusty. And we also have a flat roll for hamburgers. Cobs here are normally quite big, and we use them for making dips on them or slice them for sandwiches. Oh, okay. So we have a cob loaf, which is, yeah, that kind of size and looks like a big bread roll, and you can slice it. And then she says hot dog rolls as well. Chris says when she went out last night, she nearly fell over a parcel propped against the front door. Not her usual UPS delivery driver. I know we get so used to them, don't we? They know where to leave our parcels. So it's strange when we get a different one. Maureen has just got back from taking her husband to the dentist. They had a quick lunch of cheese and crackers. You see, I've got a great number of things to have on my list now. Yum. Okay. Right. So let's get on with some crafting. What I thought I would do, I'm going to show you one of the new stamp sets and punch that's in the online exclusives. Now, I've had several people say, oh, these online exclusives, I want to be able to see what they look like, but there's no catalogue. So there's no flyer or catalogue. So I've actually had one made for you. And I'll send it out. When I send out the replay for this, I'll send it out. So it's a PDF, so you can just print it out. So you can just add it to your catalogue then. Remember with the online exclusives, though, they're only available whilst they're available. What kind of nonsense is that? That's a nonsense sentence. Let's try that again, shall we? So online exclusives are while stocks last, but some items will come back. So the way you can tell is when you go to the online store, if you put in the item number and it's not there at all, it means it's sold out and it's gone. Do double check the item number or put in the words as well, just in case you've mistyped a number. If it says back soon, I think it's back soon. I'll check that. If it says back soon, then it's out of stock at the moment, but it's coming back. And if it is just there and you can add it to the basket, you just add it to the basket and you can buy it. Have I confused everyone? Hopefully not. Right. Let's turn the camera around and make some really fast cards and show you some, so a new stamp and punch and embossing folders. And they're my favorite embossing folders. So bear with me a second while I move the cameras. So, da, 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 da. There we go. Okay. So, ooh, it's not that one. So this is the stamp set. It's called Tropical Leaf. And it has a coordinating punch as well. And the punch works for the big leaf. And you can punch it out, but equally you can just punch out the leaves, and it's a really nice leaf shape. It's different kind of shape to what we've had before. Love the sentiments on here. And then these stalks are for the leaves, so you can make it into a big leafy plant, or you can use them just to make a little stalk, and I'll show you that as well in a minute. But yeah, it's very cool. So that's one thing that I'm going to show you. So this is an online exclusive, and then this is the other online exclusive, which I think is probably my favorite. So this is a set of 3 embossing folders. I'll show you the patterns, but we've got spots We've got like a linen effect and a tile effect. So let me just show you these. And I love this. And honestly, this is so bumpy, but it works really well that way around as well. So you know, just because kind of that's in theory the right side, you know, think about it and turn it around. If you've got a golfer in the family and you punched out some circles, that would make great golf balls. But it's really, you can see how deep that embossing is. This one's the linen effect. And again, it looks great both ways. And then finally, I'm calling this a tile. It's really difficult to kind of describe it because it's like a 5-petaled flower or star, but then there's like a geometric pattern underneath. I'm not convinced about the reverse of that. I probably wouldn't use the reverse of that, but I definitely use that one. So there we go. So I'm going to use these later. But I've got some really quick cards to start off with. So let's start with this one. So I've got some old olives, early espresso, and basic white. And I'm making a sympathy card. We don't often talk about sympathy cards. Basically because nobody wants to make sympathy cards. But for me, I always make several. And the reason for that is invariably when I need a sympathy card, I'm sad. Therefore, I don't want to make a sympathy card. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's why I always make some. And this greeting is from Peaceful Moments. I'm slightly worried that this this might go in the catalogue refresh because it's been around for ages, but you guys know I use it all the time. So, but I've just got to go downstairs because I don't have an early espresso ink pad here. I don't know why. I don't know, but bear with me 1 second. Right. So I'm going to pop my greeting in the center there. Get my old olive ink pad. Now, these are photopolymer stamps. They are also solid. Can you see? So yes, you've got the holes in there, but they're solid. So the first couple of times you use them, make sure you ink them up and then clean them on your chamois, because sometimes they have like a release agent on them and you just need to get that off. But also make sure you're using a Stampin' Pierce mat, and because you need the foam to give you a really crisp impression. So a standard rubber stamp already has the foam on it. So you don't need to use the mat for a red rubber stamp, but always use them for photopolymer. So what I'm going to do is just ink it up and just kind of check it over, because realistically the ink will move. And you know, our ink pads aren't always inked evenly, because we ink it up in the same place each time. So I've got plenty of ink on that stamp. Give it a good press down, lift it up. I'm going to stamp it again, and then this time I'm going to stamp it off and stamp it again there. So basically I've got 3 leaves in that corner, and I'm going to do the same in this corner. That's 1, 2. I'm going to ink it off and actually pop that up there like that. So we've got a really lovely set of leaves there. So I'm going to use Mossy Meadow for the veins on the leaf. And I'm going to stamp them again in the same way. So I've stamped it once, stamped it again there, stamped it off. Ooh. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm going to do that again. Look at that. Goodness me. Right, let's start again, shall we? Oh dear. Sometimes I'm busy chatting and I'm not actually paying attention to what I'm doing. Shouldn't say that, really. I should be a perfect professional at all times, but I'm just getting distracted. So let's do that again. So we've got a full leaf and a part leaf. Stamp it off, and another part leaf, and exactly the same here. A full leaf, a part leaf, stamp it off, and another part leaf. There we go. Okay. So in here we've got these stalks as well. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to ink up just one of them, just to add that there to make like a stalk for the leaf, and there. Okay, you could use a marker as well, or instead. There we go. Okay, so let's go to the Mossy Meadow and let's see if I can actually pay attention this time. I'm going to turn that paper around so I'm not distracted. Oh, good morning, Julie, and good morning, Stella. I've been asking today, what did you have for lunch? That's what we were chatting about earlier. So do pop in the comments, what did you have for lunch? Okay, so I'm now paying attention to what I'm doing, and I've realized that the reason this does not work on that leaf is because I'm using the wrong one. So that shows you how distracted I was. So let's start again with the right leaves. And look, it fits perfectly. There we go. Honestly, be dangerous. There we go. All right. So let's just get that glued down. I brought a new Tombow upstairs with me earlier. So it's just gonna run out. Awesome. So let's just do a little stamp on the inside. And get that one done. Whoop. And there we go. So there you have it. So just a really, really simple single layer, it's completely flat card. Okay, let's just clean those stamps. And move on. Oh. Put that one away as well. That's that one. And that's there. Okay. Right. Well, what have I got now? Da, da, da. So this time I have got Old Olive, Mossy Meadow again, vanilla. And this time, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to cover the whole of the card. So obviously I've just done a tiny, tiny bit of stamping here, but this time I am going to completely cover the card with the two different sizes of leaf. But again, I'm going to stamp them twice. So I've got the darker tone and the paler tone. I'm also just going to put the greeting in as well. I just love that font. That is so pretty. Wish my handwriting looked like that. Okay, so this is Old Olive still. So let's go there and there. And then this one, I'm going to stamp it off and on there and off and there. And I love stamping and over stamping. So you've actually got lots of leaf images, but they're overlapping one another. And once we put the veins in, you'll see it's not too much. And what I'm going to do to make it easier is the dark colors. I'll use the Mossy Meadow ink, and then the stamped off, I'll use the full strength Old Olive. So let's just do that one. That's the only big one. It's full strength. And then I've got that one. That one. And no, it's that one there, look. Okay. So again, the mossy meadow for the dark ones. That's that one. That one. And this just makes it come alive. Putting the veins on just makes the leaves really pop. So then I'm going to go with the old olive. There we go. So you've got depth. It looks as though they're kind of all falling down. It's such a quick way. And this is why I love stamping as our creative thing. You can make your own design just by using stamps, ink and paper. So we're going to pop that onto a mossy meadow layer. I've just used 2 colours of ink and a set of stamps. And although in essence the stamping on this card is the same as the stamping on this card, it looks very different. Very different sort of effect. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Margaret and Jan. So pleased you like them. So I thought I'd do something just a little bit more involved. So but I haven't yet decided which one of these 3 embossed layers I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do is grab some card and I'm going to stamp some leaves and punch them out and cut out some leaves as well. So let's just stamp these. So obviously we've got a punch for the larger leaf, but the smaller one I'll have to cut out. So as always, stamp your image first, turn your image upside down, and then punch it out. All right, let's just do a few more. 2 more. Oh, that was the wrong colour. Let's try that. All right, so that's 5 of the... Ooh. 5 of those. And then let's get 3 of these smaller ones. And then we'll play. Da-da-da. All right, scissors. So I am, where this is shaped, I'm not actually going to try and go into these shaped bits. I'm just going to leave them. I think they'll be fine. It would take quite a lot of time to cut around those. So let's just run that round. Left a bit of a bigger border there. Let me just tighten that in. And I often get asked about fussy cutting and the best way to fussy cut. So let me just say, whenever I'm fussy cutting, I always leave a white edge around the image. It just, because if you cut too tight towards it, it looks like you've cut into it. I use a really sharp pair of scissors. These are Stampin' Up paper snips, and they have a wicked, and I do mean wicked point, and they are really sharp. Be very careful with them. They come with a cover, so you don't accidentally stab yourself with them when they're in your in your craft bag. But if you hold your scissors at a 45-degree angle and move the cardstock or the paper, you're not moving your scissors. The scissors stay where they are. All I'm doing is opening and closing the scissors to cut, but I am moving the paper all the time. And you know, once you get the hang of this, this is actually really relaxing and really therapeutic. So my thoughts were to kind of expand on this, but actually to have our die cut punched out leaves, and I'm going to trim them off on the edges. So we'll just kind of see. I want kind of a random selection. And then which sentiment am I going to use? Oh yes, this one, love you lots. So the question is, have I got yeah, I have not got a block big enough, so we're going to have to do a double block. Don't try this at home, kids, because it's a bit crackers. Buy the right size block. Don't do what Amanda's doing, which is picking up 2 blocks at once and trying to stamp down. Let me bring that down. Yeah, don't do this at home. Look, you see, that's why you don't do it. Right, let's give myself the best chance. I don't want to go downstairs again because I've left you once already and I still don't know whether the UPS man's going to come. So, right, so let's do this. Okay. So, there we go. Here. Look, now this time it's a piece of paper on my stamp. Right. 3rd time lucky. Do you have your fingers and toes crossed? In the time it's taken me to do this, I could have gone downstairs and got the right size block. But never mind. Right. However this looks is how it looks, because this is staying. There we go. Right. So paper trimmer. Where's the paper trimmer? Let's trim that down. And then you've got an important decision to make. Which one of the embossing folders are we going to use? All right. Just trim a tiny bit more off there. There we go. So let's bring this down. So here we go. So we're going to have a lovely lots. We're going to have lots of leaves here and here. So the question is, do you want spots? Do we want the linen effect? I think I've decided already. The linen effect or the tile? Let me give you a clue. I think this one's best. What do you think? Whilst you're thinking, I'll put some dimensionals on the back of my stamps. Oh, Scylla likes spots. I will go with the majority, so you need to get your votes in. Whilst I'm busy sticking lots of dimensional pads. Another vote for linen. So linen or spots? I don't think the tile's going to work because it's too busy. Too busy. So I'll put that one on there as well. For the inside, I'll just stamp that as well. Give you all chance to get your votes in. Could even clean my stamps, look. Honestly, look at that. This is this is my newest chamois. It's actually still purple rather than kind of muddy purple, which is how they go in the end. Oh, Scylla says she concedes because everyone else is saying linen, apart from Lorraine. Lorraine said spots too. There you go. You see, you are not alone, Scylla. Not alone. But I'm sorry, linen wins. Sorry, Lorraine. So let's pop that down. And then what I'm going to do is build this up. So I'm going to start like so. And the fun thing about this is obviously you can put as many or as few leaves on here as you wish. Oh, I've got another one without. Without foam on. Oh, Donna lost connection over in Oz, so she's going to join the replay later. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm going to pop one of these under there as well. And obviously you can layer this however you want to. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking, pop that one there as well. Like so. Okay. So what I'm going to just do is just lay this on here and decide, yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Once I've trimmed it, oh, where are my big scissors? Once I've trimmed it, I can always go back and add the extra bits. So by turning it over, I can just trim off all of the excess. Ooh. Like I said, these bits you might want to add back. So let's just go there. And let's look at it again. Okay, so I think I'm going to add a bit of a leaf up there. So that one might work actually. There we go. So it just takes it just a bit further over. And you know what? I'm tempted to add another one here and another one here. Shall we carry on? More is more, right? Let's just do a little bit more stamping, especially now I've cleaned the stamps. Let's make them dirty again. Let's do 2 of those and 1 little one. Now, you'll probably see some of these are now getting kind of a bit tonal. And basically what's happening is where I keep stamping in the same spot every time, I'm basically pushing all the ink out and it's giving like this tonal effect, which actually I really like. So, yeah, so I should just carry on with that. Oh, Elizabeth. Hello, hello. She's only just got here. Dawn Power Cuts. That's okay. You can watch the replay. So let's just whiz that round. I'll get my punch out. And then see where we get to with these. That's that one. And, oh, I've got a little bit there, look. Ooh, 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 I think that could go. No, can't. Where's that other leaf gone? Donna says she likes the tonal effect. It makes them look more real. Absolutely. And I think You can get a more tonal effect using sponge daubers and so on, but I love it the way that works. So let's see. So I think I'm going to put one there. And one there. And a bit of one there. And then a little bit down here. And I know it's kind of a lot. I get it. But some days you have to put all the things on the card. And if you love somebody lots, then you want to going to give them all the leaves, aren't you? So let's just snip that off, because I think then I can use that bit just there. Yeah. Get in there. It's nothing like card making, kind of bit by bit. Sometimes when I'm designing, I have a really, really clear idea in my head about what the card should look like. And other times I start playing and then think, oh no, but I could do that. And I could do that. And I could do that. And that is obviously what today is. But look at the state of my desk. There we go. There we go. Snip that off. And it will look completely different once it's on its card base. So let me just grab these cards. Pop that insert in. I'm just going to tidy up before I finish that one off, because you need to be able to see the cards kind of in their glory, as opposed to surrounded by the mess that is Amanda's crafting. Look, see, if I keep shoving it that way, you won't be able to see it. Right. Oh, okay. That's most of it out of the way. Move the ink pads. Right, so we've got that one that we've done already. So that was the first one, and that was the second one. And then let's finish this one off. So this one is like the love you lots is kind of peeking out. But, you know, it would look great with a happy birthday, obviously. But I just love the way it's surrounding the sentiment. There you go. Plus the top of my tombow. So let me just show you that. So that card finished. So you've got part leaves all the way around. Like I say, it's sort of peeping into the jungle. Thank you so much. Lots of love for the cards. As I said, these are it's 2 shades of ink. So what have we got? We've got Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. You could, any 2 greens would work. You just need a slightly lighter and darker one. But equally, by stamping off, you're going to get different tones, and that makes a huge difference as well. The stamp set is called Tropical Leaf. And there is a punch that matches. Obviously, that punches out this larger leaf, but you can fussy cut them. And then the embossing folders are called Basic 3D, and you get 3 of them. And I think they're £29 for the 3. They're 3D folders, and they are stunning. Watch out for your emails, because I'll send you the PDF that I've got of all of the online exclusives. If you haven't yet joined my email list, pop over to my blog, which is www.inspiringinking.com. And there's a sign up for my newsletter link there, and I can send you all my latest blog posts and tutorials and Stampin' Up information and all that kind of good stuff. You can also shop for everything that you've seen today. Click the shop now button. Later today, tomorrow, there will be clickable links on Facebook and YouTube as well, so you can just pop over to the online store. So let's just see. Thank you. Thank you so much for all your lovely comments. I'm thrilled that you like the cards. I will be back here next Tuesday at 2 o'clock UK time, as always. So I look forward to seeing you then. Take care. Goodbye.